Hello and good morning. Today is day 6 of cosmetology school, Thursday, and the last day of week 2. Honestly, Thursday traffic is pretty nice. It's still taking an hour to get there, so I'm sure there's going to be some hiccups along the way. But actually the GPS says I'll get there in, it says the ride is 55 minutes, which is nice because on some days, like for instance on Tuesday, the traffic says it'll take like an hour and 15 minutes. Wednesday, it took an hour and 5 minutes. So for traffic to be about 10 to 15 minutes lighter on a Thursday is nice. I'm not sure if that's because Halloween is tomorrow and people are taking off, but Halloween isn't a federal holiday, so I'm sure people are going to work. I just think it's lighter towards the end of the week. So I honestly wouldn't mind if school was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is perfect for me personally. I don't know about any other hairstylists, but, and I'm curious to know, have you ever noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, maybe this isn't a thing for you, but have you noticed that there are just certain days you tend to get booked no matter what when it comes to doing hair? For example, every Saturday is always booked. I never have a Saturday available unless I literally make it unavailable. But Saturdays are the first to go. I usually have my books open 90 days at a time, and Saturdays go first. Saturdays always go first. And then I want to say Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday afternoons always go. They're always booked. Hardly does anybody book Monday first. And if I do get Mondays booked, it's like someone who's retired, someone who doesn't really have to go to work, and they still don't just book Monday. They just don't mind booking Monday. Like I had someone the other day who, she's retired, but she wanted Friday. But all my Fridays are booked for the next month and a half. So I was like, I have Monday. I have a lot of Mondays available. And she was like, okay, sure. Like she just took it, but doesn't mean that was her first option. Even though she looked on the calendar and saw a bunch of Mondays available, that still wasn't something she said, I don't see Fridays available, let me book Monday. So I'm just curious if anybody has noticed, because the salon owner that I work with, she actually doesn't come, her off days are Monday and Tuesday. And that's another thing, Tuesdays are usually also not booked as much. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like a toss-up. But she doesn't even, she works Saturday and Sundays, but she makes Monday, sorry, I'm driving too and trying to focus on the road. She makes Monday and Tuesday her off days. And when I look at my calendar, I just realized that those are not days people book. Probably because Monday is like, that's the start of the week. I'm trying to, focus on work. I'm not trying to be in the salon getting my hair done unless I'm on vacation or traveling. But that's neither here nor there. Today, I'm not sure today is Halloween makeup because we will have a substitute teacher, aka the owner, Miss Sonia. She will be teaching the class today while our teacher is out. So we're going to be doing Halloween makeup or working on our mannequins. I have my kinky hair mannequin in the car, so I am probably going to attempt a silk press because that's something I want to learn how to do. And I've been watching some YouTube videos because I'm going to go over this more in depth when I get my kit. But one of the girls, it's so funny when you're like the only black person in class or at work, anywhere, when you change your hair, it's like this awkward thing that happens where everybody notices. And especially white women, anyone who's not black, anyone who does not have textured hair, they're always shocked. And I want to know what that's about, because we've been here for a very long time in America. We've been in this world, we've been in this country for quite some time now. And I wish people would just stop being surprised and act like they know what's up. Like, and it's not, I'm not mad, I'm not frustrated, I'm just, what is that about? Like, be aware. You're literally in school to do hair. Do you not think you need to know anything about my hair? And maybe you don't, because you know that a bunch of girls like you are going to come into the salon. And I mean, I can say personally that as a black woman, I've only worked on black women's hair. So maybe I just don't need to know about their hair, and that's just what it is, and it's just, call it whatever you want to call it. But I just wish people would educate themselves to at least not be dumbfounded. Like when I took my braids out, it was like, oh, so what did you, it's like always a thing. Even when I was working in corporate America and when I first got my sister locks, everybody's like looking at my hair like I'm a monkey at a petting zoo. I hate to reference monkey, but that's just what came to mind. Like I'm a zoo animal and this is a spectator event. So I just wish people educated themselves more, and I'm interested to see if in this program we're going to even touch on textured hair. Because one thing I noticed, and I was pleasantly surprised to notice, is that there is a lot more coverage of textured hair in the Milady Cosmetology book. And when my grandmother went to cosmetology school, she said that there was maybe 1 or 2 sections. I'm not sure what year that was she went, maybe the 70s or 80s, who knows when she went. But she said there was not much coverage in the book. There was like one section that said, this is how you do textured hair. Wash it, blow dry it, straighten it, and then you can style it or perm it. And those were just the only options. Now I'm seeing sections on coloring textured hair, straightening textured hair, styling textured hair. There's a braiding section. There's a sew-in section. I saw a sew-in in the book, and I'm just like, okay, this book is covering a lot of things. But am I only gonna get that in-depth coverage if I was at a school with black women teaching? And I'm gonna guess yes. That if I want that type of coverage, I'm gonna have to go to YouTube University to get more in depth. I'm gonna have to get some mentors who can teach me a lot more about our hair, aside from just the experience I get from my own hair and my own clients. But that was interesting because I still haven't got my kit yet, so I'm pretty much using my own supplies. But I should get my kit next week, and when I do, I will do some coverage of that, and I'll show you some of the things I purchased for myself. Like, I really love this bag I got to hold all my supplies. Thank you very much for letting me over. This bag I got that I put all my supplies in, and I realized I was carrying like 3 bags around just for products, whether I'm going to the salon or going here or going there. And I've been able to consolidate everything I have into this one bag, so it's really good. But so far in class, I've been working on a loaner mannequin from the teacher, and one of the students said, she was like, when you get your kit, you'll be able to use your own items. And she said, we get like 3 mannequins. We get 2 with straight hair, and then she said, we get 1 with your texture. And I was like, interesting. That's very interesting. And I wasn't offended. There's nothing to be offended by. You're just saying you guys get a mannequin with kinky hair. Great. But I haven't seen anyone using that mannequin. So that was also interesting to me too, to be like, okay, everyone in class gets a straight hair mannequin, everyone in class gets a kinky hair mannequin, but I have not seen one person with the kinky hair mannequin. And is that even required to learn? Is that even part? Are you just getting a kinky hair mannequin just in case you might want to learn it, but you're not required to get the experience with this kinky hair? And I feel like if I was a teacher, I would be, you got 7 months. There are a lot of days in class. Like one day you are going to be learning how to detangle this kinky hair mannequin. That's what one lesson on my schedule will be. Everybody, I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, today we're going to take out our kinky hair mannequins and everyone is going to learn how to detangle properly. How to wash, how to shampoo, how to condition, how to properly detangle, how to properly blow dry, and how to achieve just a very simple look. You don't have to go crazy, but at least attempt a silk press, because to me a silk press is like a way to get the acquired straight look without damaging curl pattern, without any heat damage. So it's like that's the least you could do. It's very, very simple. You're just shampooing, blow drying, and flat ironing. But I found that interesting. So we'll see. I'm going to be in this program for quite some time. It's just week 2. But something tells me we won't be working with the kinky hair mannequins. And when I walk in with my kinky hair mannequin today, everyone might subtly be like, okay, obviously the black girl is going to practice with the kinky hair mannequin because she's black and she's probably going to do black people's hair. But I'm not going to ever have to do a black person's hair. And maybe that is also the case, because black women are very, very particular. We are particular about our curls, and we do not just let random people touch our hair. It takes us years to find a good stylist, because it's not just about, we're spiritual with it. It's not just about, can you do a good job? It's like, are you gonna F up my psyche? You're in my head, so you're gonna be in my head conversationally, spiritually, and am I gonna walk off needing to get dipped in some holy water because you just messed up my spirit? So it takes us so long to find a stylist and to trust a stylist, and then when we lose that stylist, we're heartbroken, and it's a very deep emotional connection we tend to build with our stylist. And I think it's just because our hair is so particular and so complex and so intense that we just don't play around with just letting anybody put their hands in our head. So it's like, are you really, as a black woman, gonna let some white girl give you a silk press? If she does a good job, I bet you will. I bet you will, especially if there isn't a black hair salon in your area. Like Santa Clarita, there's like 1 that I know of. I'm sure there's like 2 or 3 I think that I've seen come up, but not a lot. So yeah, that is food for thought as I travel in traffic. But I'm going to, dang, I forgot my meta glasses. Gosh darn it. I'm going to try to get some footage today, but the owner is going to be there, so I don't want to be the one on my phone. And I forgot the meta glasses on the table. This is what happens when you have too many things you're carrying. I condensed 3 bags down to 1, and I still walked out the house with 3 bags. My hair bag, 4 bags, my hair bag, and then I'm bringing the mannequin heads today, so I had to put those mannequins in another bag. And then my breast pump bag, and then my laptop bag with my notebook and my books. So I'm sure you can just picture me. I'm 5'1", petite, walking out the house with 4 bags, 4 big bags. So I've got to find a way to condense, and maybe there's just no way around it. Maybe that's just what school is going to be like for the next 7 months. But I might start putting the bag in the car the night before. That might be a smart idea. Packing the bag. Certain bags I won't need to reuse, like my breast pump bag, I have to clean that and do all that stuff. But my mannequin bag, if I'm not going to be practicing on hair when I get in the house, leave it in the car, and then if I do need to do it, I'll take it out. So this is a work in progress. We're figuring out how to make life easier, not harder, in the process of doing all this. So yeah, I'm done rambling for now, and we'll see how much footage I can get today. Later. Hello, and we are back with another recap on week 2, day 6. Today was a chill day. Our teacher was not here today. Our main instructor was not here. She took a leave of absence today. And we were supposed to focus on makeup, doing Halloween makeup or nails. And since those weren't topics that I have gone over yet, the esthetician instructor actually came in and said, look, I know cosmetology covers a lesson on skincare and facials, and I'm doing basic facials today, so if you guys want to sit in on my lesson today, you can. So I did. And it was interesting because I didn't even know cosmetology covered facials. But yes, if you have a cosmetology license, you can do basic facials and hair removal, waxing, things like that. So that was great to know. We cannot do anything involving chemicals. So you can't do a chemical peel. I think to do chemical peels, you have to be a licensed esthetician. And you can't do the Botox and the fillers. I think anything with needles, you have to be an RN. So we went over pretty much the steps of a basic facial, or the purpose of a basic facial, and what you pretty much cover, which is cleansing, hydration, and exfoliating. And exfoliation can be optional, but sometimes certain masks and cleansers will have an exfoliant in there, so it's not necessarily a step you have to cover all the time. We talked about how beneficial it can be to offer that service to your clients, especially if you are interested in skincare or doing waxes, or especially if you're going to be working with men and you want to give men a haircut, aside from shaving with the razor, if you want to be able to offer a facial or things like that. I haven't thought much about that and whether that's something I want to do. It's great to know that I can offer that service, but I don't know. I don't know if it's something I want to do or even feel like I'm passionate about doing. I think it is good just to know about skincare in general and being able to give clients tips on how they can better take care of their skin. But some of the main reasons they say it's important to get a facial is just it helps detoxify your skin. It helps combat aging, so it definitely slows down the wrinkling process and smooths out those fine lines. And if you're getting consistent facials, then you don't have to necessarily shoot up the Botox and filler. So I thought that was very educational. I got to sit through an entire facial. I've obviously had facials done on myself. Maybe that's not obvious, but I have had massages, facials done on myself plenty of times. So I know what the process is from an experience standpoint, but not necessarily seeing the steps as I would provide them to a client. So that was good to see. It was honestly relaxing and therapeutic just watching someone else get a facial. I almost wanted to take a nap. Like it was relaxing, especially when she put on the music and you just see her massaging the skin. She showed us how to massage the shoulders, the neck area, going into the face, massage, working that moisturizer in. And honestly, it just made me think about how much more I can take care of my own skin. So that was very interesting, and I'm glad we were able to cover that. We just went over the basics, very basic, nothing too intense. And I was able to shadow some of the girlies who were doing nails. We had some chrome nails happening, a lot of Gel X nail application happening where the students were working on each other. And I actually bought a Gel X nail kit maybe like 6 months ago, and it was because I was going to get Gel X nails and one or two would pop off here and there. And because I saw the kit was so inexpensive, I was like, let me just buy this so that I can repair my own nail if one pops off. And specifically when I'm doing establishments for sister locks, I like having tips on because it helps me feed through the interlocking. The finger, when you establish sister locks, for anyone who doesn't know, you start off with your fingers and you are kind of interlocking first with your hands for quite some time until you get to the root, and then you use the tool to interlock the roots. So I feel like I personally move a lot quicker when I have almond shape or stiletto shaped nails on beforehand. So when I'm doing an establishment, sometimes I don't have time to go to the nail salon and sit for an hour, 2 hours to get my nails done. So the night before, I'll put on those nails and then get to work. And I don't like necessarily getting Gel X nails just so I can do hair, because it costs $70, $80, sometimes $100 to get them done. And then by the time I'm done establishing someone's hair, my nails are popped off. So that was great to see. Once we circle back around, I'll obviously get more of a in-depth scope, in-depth study of nail application and things of that nature. But today was chill. We were supervised by the owner. She came in just to make sure we were doing what we were supposed to and being good students. And honestly, I spent the rest of the class transcribing my notes and recapping all the things I learned throughout this week. I've been writing my notes down in a book, but rewriting the notes and retyping them on my tablet helps just with retention, but also just helps me clean up my notes, because a lot of times when I'm writing in person, it's sloppy. I showed you guys my notes. They look a mess. My handwriting is terrible. So I like to rewrite them and just do it that way. And that was week 2. Week 2 was very chill. It was unpredictable in many ways, but that is life, that is school, and there are still so many weeks to go. I'm not sure what we're focusing on next week and if we're still focusing on color. But if you're still here, thank you for watching. I will see you at week 3.